All right, hello world. Okay, welcome to the Myriad Song. Some might be some new people. We been boasting. I want to thank Ractus again for hosting this, and of course everybody for showing up. Who we'll introduce in a bit. So today we're on the map with the big tree, right?
Yes, we
Right.
are.
All right. Okay, we won't be on this map in a bit, but I'm reading this correctly because we're using Roll20. So welcome to the Myriad Song playtest. If you're part of the not Myriad
It's
Song,
Vital
Derp.
Heart.
Vital Hearts.
Oh my
Yes,
goodness. Yeah,
This is the second
Vital
time you
Hearts.
said that.
It's the
second
second time
time.
I've said that. Oh my god. Too many games. No, welcome to Vital Hearts playtest. I'm your host, the lovely intelligent Norman Rafferty. Let's have people describe who they are, what their characters are. I'm gonna start with Ractus because you're on the left.
Alright, I am playing Jikai Sato. Sato, sorry, that's somebody else's character. I'm playing Jikai Kato, a PvPer. My avatar's name is Sasuno. He is a decider, like the greatest American president. I am user type laborer, and my motto has changed. Because I'm assuming you can just change your motto, right?
You can just change your motto whenever you feel like it.
And my new motto is, "Oh, what a hero you have found in me." I am also now the guild captain of the guild Checkmate.
Yep. You get to name the guild because you're the guild captain. Apparently, you're also a star in your own porno. Yes, you can be my hero, Susano. Speaking of my heroes, Nellify is here.
Yep.
Nellify, tell us about your RL and VR character.
The RL character of this avatar is Sugimori Gato. He is user type authority because he's a homicide detective, player type opportunist.
Every time you
avatar.
say that, I always have to point out who
Yeah,
wants to talk about murder.
exactly. So,
Okay,
and
so you're
he's
an
playing,
opportunist. Yeah.
and he's playing as a matron Gale in the game. Aisha, a very cute pink-haired girl who likes to shoot arrows and has extra arms. And his motto is "Be the change you want to see in the world."
That's right. You added extra automail arms.
Yep.
All right, Griffin. What about you?
I'm playing Karako Shira, who is a pessimistic and overworked infotech character who's trying to make mobile versions of virtual reality. Oh boy.
Do you not have phones?
Ooh.
But I gotta fit all this onto a phone and not have the underlying tech. I hate my bosses. Which is why my goal is to take a day off. My avatar is OHara because he does not creatively name anything. And he is playing a stochastic archer with a huge fuck off crossbow.
Yeah. We haven't put in the repeating crossbow yet. I knew that was a request, but it hasn't been put in yet.
Oh, yes, that'll be great once I get that.
I think that does need to be in there. Okay. Speaking of repeating, we have Arcaloid.
Yes, I am playing Hashimoto Kenichiro, who is a hacker, and he has the opportunist play style. His motto is "Doing it their way isn't as much fun." And today he's playing Katsu the Influent. So he's here to heal you. Jeez, I didn't think that'd be so hard to say.
Yeah, no, I think the reason why I mentioned we pushed through an update is because there was an update to healing stuff, because I think you were still using level 1 gear, but everyone else was at level 3.
Yes, I do need to fix that before we go further here. Let me look at the new gear on the book.
All right. So while we're waiting on that, also is relative newcomer Avery.
Hello, I'm playing a guy named Caesar Babak. He is a criminal, and he is playing a rather curious-looking, horny demon thing with the name of Rahul 121. And his motto is observe observe then act.
Observe, then act. Yeah, you're the weirdo who's come to Japan to hack into the game. Right, which is why we added more. Right, we are playing the Vital Hearts, the build 23 October 2018. For those of you playing along at home, that update had a lot of cosmetic updates, where we spent a lot of time putting in commentary and some rough draft illustrations to help people block out the game better. Because one of the big requests people had was that you could play weirdos, so we put in weirder stuff to play.
Ooh.
You can kind of blame Avery for that.
The Rodenia Caduceus,
Rodinea.
is that the Rodinea? Would that be the updated sensor?
I think it is. It's a Rodea caduceus, and we need to have pictures of these added. A caduceus is that stick with the snakes wrapped around it.
Yes.
That you see on medical.
Oh shit! I was literally just reading that the other
I
day.
knew the name of that. I just never said it right before. So there I go.
Yeah.
Okay, so
No worries.
that's a level 3. I can pick that up. And is there a level 3 outfit I should be looking at too?
I don't think we. I can't remember if we had the level 3. We do have tribe specific and I think class. Or do we just have tribes? I think we just have tribe specific. To know that Rahul 121 is, I believe, specifically wearing the Chthonic outfit.
Yes, he is.
So one of the big things to the updates was that the classes were divided in true. Well, this is more of a Korean MMO thing. We divided the classes up into the different tribes, so you could be a Chthonian or an ergodic. The Chthonians are the monster people. The ergods are sort of like golems. The Igni Solis are people who claim a noble line from the original era that fell apart because of the revolution from the Outliers, where Outliers are just common dirty-faced humans. And so, like a lot of games, such as, like Wakfu, there is a certain classes, or the classes are specific to certain tribes. Like if you want to play a heavy weapons guy, the Outlier heavy weapons guy is the Zweihander, but the ergodic heavy weapons guy is the Terminus. So, it's just a little bit of flavor. And there's pictures for all this stuff. So, right. One of the big deals is when you get to level 3, you unlock gear that specifically uses proficiencies, which are the procs that give you +1 damage when you use a specific weapon. A lot of those were weeded out in the first draft. Now we wait until you get to level 3 to trigger those, which influences some of your choices. I'm not sure if Rahul would actually be using the Chthonic Spear if it weren't for the fact they get a bonus to use a Chthonic Spear because they're Chthonic. So, we'll see. When we last left our heroes, you had just completed Master Jube, one of the NPCs in the game, had enlisted you to go check out a weird glowing tree, which you successfully defeated from a bunch of strange humanoids known only as the Kabura. Thanking you then, I think did one of you actually go down?
I think Katsu brought somebody back.
Okay, yeah.
So yeah, somebody went down and then got back up again.
I think it was Aisha, maybe? I'm trying to
I think it was you, because you ran ahead and then got smacked.
Right, because you discover, wait, I'm not a frontline fighter, but right, you're an opportunist. You're supposed to wait for other people to do stuff, and then once they start something, you finish it. So
it's the beer that he's been drinking. Obviously.
It's the beer. You're just getting frustrated with this game. I know how to play this game. Out of my way, you stupid kids. Wait, you're not a frontliner? Blah, and they just hammer you. Okay, so game is working as intended, but you get rezzed, no NBD. And then go back. All right, so this, and I know I don't always mention this, so I put a note in the book about this. So the quest is over, and you guys go back to the hub city, to the Igni Solis. This will recharge all of your levels, so you may reset your level soaks. You may also recharge anything that recharges on a hit, on a hide, or in a scene, or on a rally. I mean, those all recharge.
All right, looking good there.
Because of the cooldowns. Only the day and chapter ones don't recharge. Because when you get back to Master Jubei and describe the tree to him, he'll tell me you guys heard that.
Yep.
What?
When
Yeah.
Just behind him, clearing his throat, was the cat.
Yeah, it's an angry cat. You hear an angry cat. Program into the game. He's the money cat waving his little paw. No, Master Jubei will explain, like, oh, this is terrible news. Glowing trees. I've heard of glowing trees before. This is probably long ago in the great before time.
Skip.
But thou must. Oh, wait, I missed something. You restart to try and get the text that you missed the first time. Went through a little too fast.
Accidentally pressed B and skipped it all. Guess I'm going back.
No, it's one of those trick menus where it starts off, do you understand? And it starts on the no. So if you keep hitting the skip button, you're going to keep going through the same text over and over again.
Would you like me to not repeat myself 5 times?
I love MMOs so much. Try to remember the quote from Dark Souls. Would thou canst if thou must do commit to the thing that would thou knowest? Yes or no? What?
Sorry, bleeding from the eyes.
No, more importantly, well, long story short, there's something known as inversion, which is one of when the Masters of Ignis sealed the Ignis Solis in the first place, the landscape was full of monsters. Man, you thought it was full of monsters now, but we're not even talking about the Great Before time. Sorry, the antebellum ages. So it was terrible. So, but since I'm Master Jubei and thus older than dirt, but I'm also Japanese, which means you respect me for being older than dirt. That's Confucianism. We're crossing a lot of metaphors here. Send your angry mail. But most importantly, so I need someone to go. Long ago, there is a wizard tower that I believe somebody built this in the middle of nowhere because they wanted to practice forbidden chaotic magic. We don't have any chaos magicians in the party, do we? Because I don't think any of you are chaos wizards. One of you is Rodinea, which is healing magic. That's okay.
Yeah, that would be me.
But nobody's turbulent, right?
No.
Okay, yeah, no one's a turbulent wizard, so no one's a Yen Rishi, so no one is practicing Yenri, the ancient magics. We only practice modern magic now. So there may be weird forbidden stuff. That sort of glow that you describe is sort of the incandescence of inversion, which worries me. So I'm going to write down on this piece of, I'm going to go ahead here, hand me your mini map, and I'm going to go ahead and put this pin here where that tower is. And I'd like you to go investigate it. This will be a quest that goes in your quest log. Investigate the Tower of Inversion.
Ooh.
That's the next part of this quest line.
Alright, does the minimap point the direction to that?
It does. However, you're in the city right now. There's lots of people. I'd like to introduce my new friend. Real name Angela 627. They're offering to sell me gold. I don't even know what that is, but they're really offering to sell it. And next to him, of course, is a person in a T-pose wearing no clothes at all.
Well, underwear. They have to be wearing underwear.
They're wearing the underwear. They're wearing the underwear in the T-pose, and they just keep shouting with all the asterisks.
/mute.
They stare at you with their unblinking T-posed eyes. So much for Vital Hearts being the next revolution in gaming.
I mean, most games now I can slash block them and they'll just be invisible.
Um,
I don't know. This is a revolutionary TPost to me.
Yeah, this is.
He's not even really logged in or at his computer, and he's keeping the pose. It's fantastic.
So it's on your map, so you have to walk to leave the city. There's also the public area. You'll meet lots of people, like, of course, engaging in immersion-breaking chatter of talking about, like, hey, did you see the latest episode of Aura Battler Tylenol?
Don't spoil it!
Yeah, don't spoil it for me. I've already heard this. People saying, man, I've been playing this game for 200 hours now, and I'm not sure if I like it or not.
There's no fast travel system, is there?
Not to a place you've never been.
Fair enough.
Sometimes there are carriages.
Is there a general chat?
Yeah, there would have to be.
Or I should say, like, trade chat, or, citywide chat.
Well, definitely, but as soon as you turn on the citywide chat, it's just a huge wall of spam.
Right, but I'm gonna type a message. Oh, wait, I don't know if that exists in this game. I gotta type a message. Is there a way to fast travel? Anyone have, like, a portal or anything?
Right. Well, this is sort of a virtual reality game, and I'm assuming that because they don't want to have people... I mean, I could see pros and cons, but the decision of Zaburo is you can't make a portal for someone else to just go through to do a quest.
Oh, that's like the main purpose of having portals. That's mages in most MMOs. They make portals to cities so newbie characters can get back and forth to places.
We could just go to the Druid
They
Wing.
sell them. That's their money-making scheme.
Right. I'm going to... the conceit of Vital Hearts is you can't fast travel someplace you've never been unless your guild master can do it.
Well, I can't make portals. So...
Be awfully convenient if we had a guild master.
Who was also a mage.
Raktus, you had some good suggestions, so I think we should also put... I think the guild path should be the one that actually makes the portals.
Right. Well, I mean, in older, like, World of Warcraft, you had summoning stones, where you go there, and if you had, like, at least 2 or 3 party members that were already there, they all just click the stone, and they could summon the rest of the party.
Nope. In this game, we have the cash shop, where you can buy a flying mount, so you can fly over and see all our well-modeled terrain. Plus, also, it's...
No level limit? How progressive.
I wonder if I can get a receipt for that cash shop and then charge it to my company.
Yeah, that'll go over well in Japan.
Oh, it's part of my research, of course.
Yeah, but you already used that excuse like 100 times.
It worked 100 times before, it'll work 100
It literally did not work the last time you tried it.
Details like failure aren't important.
Details like... I have a new personal motto. Details like failure are not important. Don't sweat the small stuff. This, of course, is a good would be a campaign excuse for Arcaloid to go. Not Arcaloid. Is Arcaloid is your healer?
I'm the healer. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. This would be the excellent MMO excuse of no. Do you have to upgrade your equipment yourself? What? Oh man.
Oh shit.
How do I do that? Okay, you go ahead and you call this up and stuff. And there are merchants who will use all the level 3 stuff is common stuff. It's unlocked now that you're level 3. So you can easily buy the Rhodonea Caduceus.
Yeah, you go to the vendor, you sell all your vendor trash, you use the few, like 2 or 3 gold pieces you would have gotten from that to buy your new gear.
The staff itself is one of those things where we sent this to the rendering team, so it can't just be a stick. It's like this ornate stick with a lot of filigree on the end of it, and it's got those two. It's got a golden and a silver coil that wrap around it at the ends because they look kind of like snakes.
I was saying that you ought to use the rod of Aspecius first, which is only 1 snake around a rod. That way you can level up to a good access.
Oh, I think that's a Scepalus. So yeah, no, I know who you're talking about because Scepalus is the Roman god of healing.
No, actually, it's Aspecius. I looked it up just beforehand because I was reading it in a Dan Brown novel just yesterday. That the World Health Organization leader in that book has the 1 snake, which represents something else, but still health oriented.
Ah, I didn't think about that.
And
All
then
right, that makes a lot of
Caduceus is the 2-snake one. So you can upgrade that way.
And then we'll have to have a 3-snake one. Wow, it's just more snakes all around.
There is that Ultima Online symbol, which is 3 snakes coiled around each other. Or Ultima, the series, not
Hold on.
Online.
I'm gonna pour a 40 out for Ultima Online. All right. Anyone else want to do anything weird before you wander off into the wilderness?
Buy a mount.
I was going to ask the same. How much for a mount?
I talked about how important mounts are, and then I realized, oh wait, we haven't written those up yet.
Whoops.
Yeah, so I'm gonna have to assume that the mounts are still in beta.
Or, I mean, you could just say they're level restricted, because they usually are in most games.
Yeah. Also, because this is like this is an early level quest, and we really want you to. The developers really want you to walk there. Like you guys are just rolling your eyes. Like really, it's like we have to walk this to full MMO experience. It's like, look at all this terrain. Look at how our awesome virtual reality.
Alright, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to put myself on /follow on OHara. So my character is going to be like 5 inches away from his back, just following.
Now, you are...
A little bit in my personal space now, aren't we?
I'm not even there.
Go make your coffee.
Now, it only costs money in the game, which I know I haven't written down the expenses yet, because those have to be recalculated, to join a guild. I'm assuming you're all going to go ahead and join Susano's guild.
Well, it doesn't cost them money to join a guild. It would cost me money to start the guild.
Oh, it's free to join a guild?
Yeah.
Right,
Well,
so
basically, I would buy
a whole bunch of different organizations or something.
Yeah, basically, I would buy a guild charter, which in like most games, like 20, 25 gold. It's a small fee, but it's like a lot of money for a newbie character. But
Right.
yeah, and then I would need like 4 or 5 signatures to make the guild a real thing.
Right.
And then those first signatures would become the first guild members. But otherwise, the fee is on me, the guy buying the guild charter.
Okay, so there's a couple things that you get for being in a guild. First of all, you get your own channel.
No more spam.
Yeah.
Well, you have to disable the other channels if you don't know we're spam. At least there's this one channel that won't have it.
But you get your own private channel. So
by the way, you want to buy some gold?
So literally in the game, you guys, since this is an anime, you shout out words almost here. And also, Susano has the special guild power that he can now mark a target.
Ooh.
Which marking a target removes concealment because the mark penetrate silhouettes through walls. Immersion, what's that? And man, so I'm also flashing back to 2 or 3 different versions. Marked is also a debuff on the target.
It's a automatic success, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's
one automatic success, I think it was.
Let me see. Yes. Any attack against a marked target gains an automatic +1 success. So if you attack the target that he marks. But it is an action to mark a target.
Right, but I'm a tank, so I don't actually need to attack to use anything. So just being there and marking
But the
stuff.
mark will work out great, because that means, like, as soon as I hit, like, I'm immediately at, like, 4 stars. That's pretty good.
And I guess we'll use one of the circles. What's the traditional color for a mark? Is there one?
I guess red?
No, there's like many marks, because usually if you're a tank or something, or you're raid leading, you put a lot of marks on things. One of my other suggestions was going to be like a multi-mark, but I don't know if I ever said that or not. Because normally
later.
Well, you usually what you do is you put up a kill order, so you have marks that represent the kill order. So a lot of things get marked, but you're supposed to kill this one first, kill this one second, that sort of thing.
Oh, here we go. Is maybe Aura is what I'm thinking of.
Oh yeah, if
yeah.
you want
I'll just put an Aura on it. So yeah, I'll remind, but folks, be watching for that, because there will be an option for a target to be marked for extra damage.
Woo!
Hit the weak spots.
Okay. Oh, we can do fractional auras. Okay, good. So I'll use an aura to mark the one. So that's Susano's new power. He can mark stuff. So without further ado, you set traveling on the road. which I assume all of you have those fancy two-way treadmills in your house now, so you can just walk. Except for Sugimori, who is just hits the auto walk button and gets a beer.
Yep.
Like I said, I typed /follow on OHara.
Right.
So like I said, I'm like 5 inches behind his back now, just following
automatic. To find like the only mount he can buy, which is also slower than actually walking, like a crab that walks.
No, the mounts are level. The mounts are level locked, so you can't buy one yet. They show off like here's this awesome mount. It's like a unicorn, rainbow wings, and gold. It's be level 27.
And you can't have it.
But I bought the associate game that was supposed to unlock for this.
It's also in the cash shop for like 12,000 yen. So yeah, I also love how you guys keep invoking MMO stuff. You never see this stuff in the anime. /follow. You leave the city itself and start walking through a forest. This is a lot thicker than the last one that you were through, but there's a very obvious path. I am going to have to ask everyone to make a roll. This roll would be your mind and your observation.
Oh boy.
Yeah, my observation skill if you have it. You count your 4s or better. Some of you may have procs that apply to this. I don't think. I think it's vigilance is what we replaced danger sense with, but I don't think anyone actually has that.
Wow, double 2s.
Let me double check what I got. I got math, programming, and research. I don't think I got anything special for this.
No, that's cool.
Streetwise.
Oh, hey, 1, 2, 3. Hell.
Streetwise does not apply to this. This is not a crime area.
Also, you're in the middle of the woods.
I don't know. I think getting killed in the middle of the woods would be a bit of a crime, wouldn't it?
Could be a high.
Wouldn't be a street though. Would not be a street.
I've played SimCity. I remember where trees were always high crime areas because there's no police around, so they're by default they're high crime.
The raccoons hiding in the trees, they're extra criminal.
I guess I'm the only one who doesn't know what's going on.
OHara's just derping around.
Arcloid, who rolled 2 successes, is going to notice this first. And in fact, actually, he also has some programming, so he might notice this. As you're wandering through the woods, there's something about 10 or more paces off the road. And it's unusual because it's a tree lying on its side. This wouldn't be that unusual, except that, first of all, the tree looks like healthy. Like it has all of its leaves and branches, so it's not a dead tree. And the second thing is, even though it's on its side, it's also 2 paces off the ground, hovering in space.
Guys, this is fucked up.
You know, I think it might have glitched a little bit.
You would have to leave the road to investigate it.
I have to see what this is.
Sure, what's the worst thing that can happen?
You end up sideways and hovering as well.
So you go to
for a shitload of mobs.
These are deciduous trees, you know, the kind that go up and then branch out around. They're not like pine trees and stuff. The couple things that you notice about the tree when you get closer to it, its branches are swaying in the wind, much like all of the other trees, except its branches kind of like are swaying to a different breeze, one that's, say, turned 90 degrees in a different direction. The other thing is that a lot of its roots are cut off at fats, at very clean slabs. Because as roots, they're basically, tendril out into space, but then in nothing. But then they, are cut off as if they would be in the ground.
Okay, is a tree hollow or is the cut actually rendered as a cut?
So you touch the tree.
Yes.
I'd like you to make a roll of will and presence.
Uh-oh. Okay, let's see if I've got...
He turns into the crooked man.
I have no presence, so this is going to be a straight will. But
with a botch, as you get closer to the tree and sort of reach your hand out towards it, there's not a sound, but have you ever had it when your hand isn't quite awake and isn't quite asleep and it feels like it's vibrating or buzzing?
Yes.
Yeah. As you move your hand towards it, you can feel that kind of sensation in your fingertips. But as you get even closer to it, like within 2 or 3 hands breadths away from the tree, the sensation goes from being weird to being actually painful. This freaks you out so much with your all ones roll that you can't really bring yourself to touch the tree. It's too weird. You have failed Gum Jabbar.
Hey, you okay?
Oh,
There's
here's
a
gonna
weird pins and needles
walk
sensation
around it.
near the tree.
Griffin
get
goes
too
ahead and
close.
walks around it. You can walk around the tree just fine. All of the other trees in this area are clearly solid.
Where's the ground
like
it would have
to-
come from?
When Griffin walks around it, you can see that underneath it is a sort of like the ground here isn't completely flat. It's kind of hilly. And if you kind of squint a little bit, because you guys have 2 successes, you guys will look at this thing for a while. There's a slight hill. The way the tree's roots are cut off at the bottom, you'd think that you could just drop it onto this hill and twist it a little bit, and it would just sit there. The reason why its roots are cut off at the bottom is because they're fake roots. They don't actually go into the ground.
Right, no, I'm not
Right on
saying
top
there's
of the ground.
no world hole or anything, right?
No, it's not a hole, but there's an empty space. It's basically in the empty space where it's supposed to be. It's just turned 90 degrees on the z-axis.
I guess that's probably a little relevant to my question. There are no hollow areas visible from the outside. It's not like cut off and open on the inside. It is fully contained right now, right?
Yeah, when you go to look at it through the bottom, through the mess of roots, it looks solid.
Okay.
I want to go to strike the tree. Not like at the roots or anything, just middle of the tree.
That's it, man.
Are you going to punch it or hit it with one of your weapons?
My sword, yeah.
I need you to make a roll of will and presence.
Presence. Do I have presence? No. Will. Ha! I did better than Katsu.
You can swing at the tree, but when you swing and your sword starts to get near it, it starts to vibrate in your hand, and it's kind of like a weird Zeno's paradox, where as the sword gets closer to the tree, you feel more and more vibration, like I guess a DualShock controller that's actually resisting you. Eventually, your sword does hit the tree, but it hits with serious weak sauce. You just tap it. Everyone else hears the sound of something lightly tapping wood. It looks to everybody in the world like you're faking it, like you just went.
Well,
But
man,
you felt resistance.
Point
could I
proven,
use my
though.
knowledge of programming to investigate the data set on this? Like pull up a debug window?
You attempt to pull up a debug window. You make a roll of mind and academics.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
And get a bonus from programming. You could also consult with the other weirdos around you if they want to roll mind and academics to assist.
Do you guys want to assist?
Well,
Mind of D4, no academics. No, probably not.
Sugimori's gonna try and do the will and presence roll.
Okay, so go ahead. So Sugimori goes up and tries to touch it with will and presence.
Mhm.
Griffin opens up the debug. That's why I was asking if Avery wanted to assist or if they just wanted to watch.
I don't have any specific skills that would help, so I'm just
Sorry,
hanging.
I forgot. You're a criminal, not a hacker.
Would research or mathematics assist in this?
Well, the good news is you can just go ahead and roll, and the best part about procs being procs, I can tell you if they add after the fact.
Very true. And I guess, does Arcaloid want to assist me on this?
Okay. Also, and also,
he's
go
actually
ahead,
the other one who might have programming.
Nell, go ahead and roll your will and presence.
I
Because I'm
got
not making you
4.
guys roll. Oh, you got a 4?
I got a 4 and a 7.
Okay. Oh, that's you, Derp. Okay.
Yep.
Well, Sugimori just walks up and says, "I'm just going to go ahead and you feel like Sugimori, you feel the same resistance, but of course it's like you're grim and determined, and we'll pad out the anime by having like this zooming in on your eyes and your hand reaches towards it, and then your inner monologue of, oh, it's like some sort of strength resistance. Can I overcome this? I'm not sure. Maybe I can. Commercial break. Here's social.
Yep.
And now back to Vital Hearts. I touched it.
Yay!
Yes. When Sugimori touches the tree, the first thing that you'll notice that happens. Well, Griffin doesn't notice anything.
Is it mine or will and academics?
It's mind and academics. Trust me, Will doesn't help with coding. Work, you stupid program.
If it did, oh boy.
If only.
When eventually you touch the tree, there's a weird sensation where, like I said, it's like your hand is being shaken. Well, you guys are just rolling terrible today.
I know, right?
I guess it's time to leave this tree behind.
But when not only does it have like a solid substance to it, but the tree starts to vibrate itself. It starts to flicker between the positions of upright and on its side rapidly, like the kind of blitter that you see in a lot of this kind of glitch artifacting.
Oh no, you've activated the physics glitch.
Somebody jump on.
Now, with 2 successes, with your hand still on the tree, not only does it flicker between the 2 positions, but suddenly there is a loud bang noise, and all of the leaves and most of the bark suddenly gain ultimate physics energy and explode off the tree. I need everybody but Sugimori to make a speed and evasion roll. Except if you brought a shield today, you can use that instead.
Literally a second before I was about to ask.
Yeah, I know.
I'd like to imagine that in this case, OHara just stays perfectly still, and there's an OHara-shaped shrapnel pile that just goes around him.
I mean, I was almost imagining that Aisha, like their arm was gonna teleport away or something with the tree.
You've probably seen that before in games where it's suddenly like, I have ultimate infinite energy! Boom! I'm not a number!
Oh, yes.
And I explained that go to roll by the fact that Hashimoto was already running.
Right, so you guys dodge like anime bosses. Nearby, the other trees, which are not glitched, bits of bark embed themselves in the trees. There's an explosion of leaves, followed by a bunch of birds flying into the sky, although you are not really high enough in the forest canopy to see that. After the tree explodes, there is a smooth cylinder that like polished wood, and it's covered in weird symbols. I should say like not so much weird symbols. It's got writing on it, English writing, Germanic writing, the Latin alphabet. That's what I'm looking for. It's got the Latin alphabet on it, but it's all like semicolons and parentheses. The cylinder looks like it's got like a program written on it that looks like, some sort of high-level language code, or possibly low-level. You're not really sure.
Oh
no,
my
hey,
god!
You know what? I'm a programmer. I might actually just know that.
Well, you rolled no successes, so derp.
Well, that was to try to open the debug menu. Obviously, it's locked.
Well, you can anyone can identify some kind of code. I think Avery had a question.
Mm-hmm.
I was just quoting XKCD.
As one does. So the cylinder has like a lot of you have to, when you get close to it and look at it, you can see it's like some sort of script.
But I mean, does it look like it was meant to be?
You haven't seen any other graphical styling in the game where there's a tree that glitches and then when you touch it, it explodes and has code.
No, not the tree specifically. The object itself. Does it look like it was meant to be, like it was made to be in the world?
No, it looks like it's a primitive cylinder object that still has the wood shader on it. So it's kind of like this weird gray, but the lighting falls on it like it's made out of wood.
Right.
It's weird and very much looks.
Well, it's weird though that it has a default texture like that, not like a broken texture or an unapplied texture.
It has no texture at all, but the light falls on it like it's made out of wood. So the shader is the wood shader, but it has no texture.
I guess that's telling that the game's default texture is wood.
There's a lot of weird code on it, but with no mind and academics roll, I mean, you think maybe if I went and did some research.
Let me throw my mind in here. I'll throw my mind.
Well, I can go ahead and take screenshots of it now and read it later.
Okay. All right. So you'll take some screenshots. I'll worry about the quality of the screenshots later when you're researching this.
Gotcha.
It's good that you take some screenshots because as you do, some of it is hard to see because it's at the bottom. But,
right, so you gotta like wiggle underneath it and all.
Yeah, you guys take some screenshots, and then it starts to blink between the upright and sideways positions rapidly. And then I want to say it's kind of like a wind, but you can watch as the cylinder turns into a prism, turns into a rectangle, and then turns into vertices, and then disappears.
Huh.
You know, I haven't seen that particular glitch before.
It's a very peculiar one.
I wonder if the rotational variable got mixed up with the primitive variable. So just cycled those rapidly too.
Well,
maybe that code will...
I'm going to look at it. Remind me, are we in an alpha, a beta, or a released game?
You guys are in the open access beta.
Open access beta, okay. /report, submit screenshot. Come on, guys, we're on a quest.
So you submit a bug report.
Yeah, that's what we're here for.
All right. So you submit a bug report, and I guess return your request.
I'm suggesting that, yes.
All right.
If you want to go through the effort, I'm not going to stop you.
Okay. I'm sorry, Avery. Did you have a question?
No, just said that I have no problem with that.
Yeah, submitting a bug report seems like the right thing to do, and I'm going to definitely make a personal note not to touch any sideways trees anymore.
Good advice. I forget, how do I force your view in
shift left click. Well, you hold shift and then left click.
If you're changing maps, you just got to bring down the drop down menu, move the banner. Oh, there we go.
Okay, if I did this correctly, I should have forced you all into a mountain path.
Yes, indeed.
It's a nice image.
Yes. I can't take credit for it. It was from the internet.
Still nice.
You'll see this from some distance off because it's a tower that's on a hill, and it's clearly marked on your map as your destination is the Tower of Inversion. Although it's a tower that stands upright, so you're not really sure why it's called Inversion. In order to get to it, you have to go up a mountain pass and walk around it. You guys spend like an hour or so walking. You're thinking like, oh god, we're burning daylight here. Why is this? But you get to this thing. And like I said, it's got the winding passage that goes up on the side. But most importantly, okay, now you can see this here where there's like the entrance to get in has a door underneath a covering roof. These windows are actually boarded shut when you get closer. But also of more interest is I've gone ahead and moved to a better map. Okay, so I think this should have moved your POV to see this map here.
Yep.
Yes, indeed.
Okay. Wow, look, it's your buddies, the Kabura. There's 4 of them hanging around outside. They're basically standing in this place and looking around with hunched over with their heads swinging from side to side in a vigilant position. They don't appear to have seen you because I assume that you guys take rudimentary stealth. But if you climb those stairs and get any closer, they'll probably see you.
So we can see them, they can't see us?
That is true. You see them before they see you.
I'll mark one of them.
At this, you're not close enough to actually mark them just yet.
Could I get close enough to mark one of them without actually engaging them?
Yes, but that will require a roll of speed, evasion with a bonus from stealth.
Speed, evasion.
And that might provoke aggro. So if you want to do that, I want to know if anyone else wants to do that.
Maybe I should suggest that I would take this because I'm actually good at being.
Well, no, but you can't mark. I can mark.
Now, you could all roll, because if you're successful, you can be hidden. So even if he screws up and aggroes them, you could still get closer and not be seen.
OHara will take his optimal stealth move of standing still and staying quiet.
Right. I wanted to ask, like, if anyone wanted to snipe from here, and this is more the medium range, so I don't think anybody can actually snipe. So if anyone wants to try and sneak up on them without provoking aggro, you'd have to make a roll of speed, evasion, and stealth. So I'm hearing that Jakai's going to do that, and I'm also hearing that Rahul 121 wants it. Holy crap!
I'm going to see if I have stealth or not.
Not as stealthy, but I got 1 success.
It is kind of weird, though, that marking has a range associated with it.
Okay, it's a speed and evasion roll to get closer.
Yep. Most of the powers in the game are like medium range. You guys can see these guys at long range.
Oh,
So.
I figured since the curve of the thing we were walking up that we were within, like, relatively close by the time we were able to see them.
I'm simplifying a little bit because, I mean, I wanted you guys to see the picture.
Right, no, but I mean, because we would be below their level, that we would have to get up to, like, one of those steps that's, you know, we can peek our heads up.
Right.
Which would be close.
But you need to have line of sight to mark them. They can wander out of line of sight, but you still need line of sight.
Guys, a cleric is a ninja.
Okay, so
Yeah.
did everybody try to approach stealthily and got at least 1 success?
OHara is staying back because he knows he is not stealthy, and he will just approach when things happen.
Okay, I'm going to move you back here in the fringes. Okay, with 1 success, I didn't draw, like, there's also brush and, like, little trees and waist-high walls to hide behind. So with 1 success, you can get to here. Who has 2 successes? Avery, you've got 2, right? Which one of these? There we go. Avery, if you're talking, I think you might be muted.
Yes, I do have 2 successes.
Okay, so you could get within 10 paces of them if you want to. You could be basically as close as here. I mean, I didn't draw the bushes on the map, but you could get, you know, here or somewhere around here. Like if you wanted to be somewhere else than here. Did you want to be around the bend, or did you want to be out here front, hiding behind a bush? Where did you want to be?
Probably flanking.
So over here? Actually, you've got
Yes.
cover, so you could be over here. So you take the long way around and sneak over, and you're over here. Okay. Who else has 2 or more successes?
Katsu. He has 3.
Okay. Well, with 3 successes, you could get up right behind them.
I actually don't want to get that close because it looks like we're about to do a pincher's move, so I could have him.
But you should have.
Somewhere up.
Yeah, you should have ownership of your token. Can you move it?
I should. Let me check.
Fencer move. Great maneuver for a single tank.
There we go. Okay. Yeah, you could be there. Okay. So now that you're in position, you can go ahead and also I remember marking in an MMO doesn't provoke aggro, right?
No, it's
Alright.
literally you just click on them, you right click, and you put like a mark on them. It literally affects nothing game wise.
Okay. Normally this is a combat action, but you are ambushing them. So who do you hate?
This guy here in the front, the guy with the halberd or Bardashi. I don't know which weapon that is.
Yeah, polearm works for me. Okay.
I'm sorry, I heard Guisarm.
That looks like a glaive.
So many names. So many names.
It's a lot closer to a glaive than it is anything else. So, one of my favorite lines. Yes, it resembles a can opener more than a glaive, but it's still a battle air. All right. So, now, did you want to wait until stealth people ambushed them, or did you want the obvious patrol to attack?
For what?
Well, actually, I'll make this simpler.
I mean, I marked him. That's all I needed to do.
I'm going to go ahead and call that this will be like a combat time. So combat is joined. You can either pass when I talk to you, and we can come back to you later where you can choose to act. Rahul 121, you are the closest to hostiles. Do you want to act now or wait to see what other people do?
I can start this with a nice spear throw.
Okay, so you're going to go ahead and throw your spear. Who is your target?
The marked guy.
Okay, this reveals your position. You jump out, and throw the spear. Go ahead and roll to hit. I will roll to dodge. I'm going to assume. Are you Are you aggro or are you defense?
Aggro.
All right, so you go aggressive stance, which gives you a D12 bonus to all attacks because you have aggro D12.
And the mark is an extra die or just a success?
It's an extra free success. If you win the duel and hit the target, you get +1 success. Well, that 12 is going to pay off today, isn't it? Okay,
definitely.
But the funny part is, so you have 1 success because you hit them. You get 1 success because you have chthonic proficiency, and then you get 1 success because they're marked. So you can choose a 3-star result. So what does your weapon do?
It's damage 6.
Oh, right. So it's damage 6 and you'll have to reload?
Yep, I will have to reload.
Well, I'm going to soak none of that, tap my soaks, and also soak none of that. I'm just going to freaking die. So I'm just
dead. That was good.
Yeah. I'm going to go ahead and put a yellow dot on this guy because we are not immune. Well, here we go. Wrong menu. There we go. This guy becomes panicked as the guy next to him is horribly overkilled when a giant spear nails his friend to the floor. Katsu, you're the next closest to hostiles. Are you going to pass or act?
I'm going to try to put the fear of Rod into this guy here.
Okay.
I don't think I threaten him with anybody because the corner is there. And also he's reloading, so that wouldn't threaten anyway.
No. And really, we're revising the rules to just say they have to be just near them and threaten them. So he's got to be within 3 paces.
All right, and so I'm in defensive stance.
Right, you're a defensive stance. That gives you a bonus to your dodge, no bonus to hit. It's a deflection. It's a deflection shot, so if he ties in the dodge roll, I'm going to give him cover.
All right.
So, you rolled the hit already?
Yes. I got a 5 and a 1. You beat me with that 8.
Unfortunately, he's going to dodge. So
now, can I move and hide as a stunt?
No. Then in Vital Hearts, you only get 1 action per turn, and hiding is an action.
Okay, so
you revealed your position and then yell at him. You can still move though. You can move up to 10 meters per turn.
I'm going to move back some here.
Okay. So you wave your, caduceus at him. Behold my power! Oh, never mind. And so, you probably hit him for like 8 points of damage and no one cares. Okay, that is the rear line, which is Susano, Aisha, and...
OHara is still here.
Yeah, OHara.
Mhm.
OHara, you're just going to move up this turn because you were falling back.
They're back hiding, yeah.
So you just move up. Okay, so that leaves Susano.
Aisha, let me go first so I can mark it, so that way when you attack it, you'll have a bonus, right?
Alright.
But I gotta move first. 10.
Yeah.
Boom.
To clarify, you can get 2 actions per turn if you take like the all-out stance.
I'm in aggressive stance. But yeah,
Yeah, that reduces your defenses and gives you neither the defense or aggressive.
I'm marking this guy.
Okay.
All right.
So, unfortunately, I think they're more than 10 paces away from you.
You said medium.
Yeah, medium. Short is 10 paces. Medium's 30.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, so Aisha, yeah, you're back here, which means I think if you want to get to him this round, you'd have to. Scrambling is an action, so you'd either have to all out and scramble and then attack, or just move up and.
Isn't Aisha a ranged character?
Yeah, she's ranged.
Oh,
yeah, she's ranged.
sorry, I'm still thinking of you as the dervish.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you can go ahead and attack if you want. That character's marked, which means if you hit, you get +1 success.
Oh, from all the way from where I am?
Yeah, we're within range. We're in medium range. What's your attack?
I'm gonna attack with my stochastic Gastra.
Yeah, I'm definitely in range for the Gastra.
Or you could move and then attack.
You could also move and attack, or attack and then move. It's up to you.
Yeah, attack and move.
Okay. You can go ahead and roll to hit me. Are you a defense or an aggressive person?
Defense. I don't want to.
Okay, because if you're defensive, you can't move any closer.
I want to keep my distance, so defensive is fine.
Okay.
Let's go. And I do get a bonus from stochastic.
Aisha vaguely shoots in their direction, and they just stand there like a goofball.
Ooh.
Because you rolled a 4, and I rolled a 3. So, thunk. All right. That's you rolled 1 4 or better, so that's 1 success. You have proficiency, I believe, with stochastic weapons for 2,
Yeah.
and I'm marked, so that's 3. So you can choose a 3-star result or less. Tell me which result you choose.
Damage 5.
Damage 5. I will soak 2 of that, and then tap my panic soak to soak another 2, but that's only 4. So I will die.
Oh. No, it's fine.
I'm not overkill to the floor like the other guy was, though.
Just gonna move a little bit here.
Okay, and then you
Still
can move a little
nice.
closer. All right. So, Rise of Bad Guys.
Did OHara go already? Or no?
Yeah, he was moving
just
up.
like the real
He had to
turtle.
move up because he didn't want to ruin
Oh, okay. Got it. Just making sure.
Okay, wait, how do we show the... There we go. We right-click. Okay. Panic Guy runs inside the house. Ah! Waving his bow mysteriously. I'm going to move to here. I'm going to go ahead and take a deflection shot at Rahul. Rahul, you must dodge my attack.
Certainly.
Speaking of bad rolls,
It's going to be a good day for us.
yeah, you have to beat a 3. Okay, end of bad guys. I'm going to go ahead and remove the fear. I'm going to assume that's going to miss, but go ahead and roll.
Sorry. Can you please tell me what to do, what to roll for dodge? Because I forgot to put it on my character.
Okay, it's speed and evasion.
Oh, yes. Thank you.
Right, and you're in aggressive stance, so you get no bonuses to dodge. And you can't counterattack because your spear is unloaded. If you gotten that 5-star result, your spear would have returned to you, and you can use it again. Dun, dun, dun. All right, so you dodge. He takes a crappy shot with his bow. It soars wild. End of bad guys, rise of good guys. No, there is no healing debuffs going on. So Rahul, you are the closest to hostiles.
I will recharge my spear and stay put for an.
Okay, well, actually, reloading is free at the beginning of the round.
Okay, then I will shoot. I will spear the one last guy.
Okay. He is going to dodge. He has a defensive bonus. He'll roll a 2, a 1, and a 1. Show me the magic.
I
Well,
have
that's
a
a
6.
palpable hit. So that's one success, and you get another because it's chthonic, but he's not marked. So I think that's only a 2-point success, right?
I believe so, yes.
So you only choose the 1-star result. What's the 1-star result?
That's damage 3 at near.
Oh, damage
But-
3 at near? Yeah, so your spear is so you're going to attempt to throw. See, this is where it gets a little weird. Because you didn't get 3 stars in the result, you actually can't hit him with the spear because it can only go near. And so this is something we're probably going to have to take out of the game because I think this is confusing. That when you score a 1-star result, you can only attack it near.
Or just give it 2 stat blocks, one for throwing and one for stabbing.
Well, the easy way to do that would be to give it 2 1-star results. One that's a thrown result at medium.
Right.
Once again, these are things that we could put in the game. These are things that make me nervous. We could put a bunch of we could have a whole bunch of 1-star menu results that he could pick from. That would be like range at medium or just stabbing. But then the players have to understand what that means. So, all right, I'm just going to go ahead and not worry about that for right now. You'll throw it. You are unloaded because your spear is thrown. And you'll hit him for 3 points. He'll soak none of that and die.
Yay!
The reason why we made these the 3-star, the level 3 weapons is because we wanted you to play the game first with weapons that weren't weird before you started using weapons that were weird. So that's MMO logic. Okay, he is dead, but the other guy ran inside. So the next close. Oh, also Rahul, you should have control of your token. You can move up to 10 meters after your attack. You can move 10 meters.
I'm
in your
staying
turn.
put for now because
Okay.
I'm not exactly front line.
Okay, there are no visible hostiles. Susano, you can move next.
Alright, moving. Here.
Alright, when you get to there, where is Fog Reveal?